So the fourth house. We either love the fourth house or we have beef with the fourth house, depending on how it looks in our natal chart. I have Uranus in Scorpio, fourth house, because I'm a Leo rising and I'm a Uranus and Scorpio generation. So my fourth house, I definitely have beef with. But let's talk about what the fourth house rules. And typically we talk about it's our birthplace, it's our domestic life, it's our end of life. So it's our beginning and our ending. It is our family, it's our parents. I typically like to think it's the house of our ancestors as well because it's our grandparents. It can be aunts and uncles of our parent. Of course, aunts and uncles of our parents. It's people you share your home with. I think I mentioned our grandparents. It's also the profession of your marriage partner. The fourth house rules your uterus, it rules the boobs. So it rules a lot. And depending on where it falls, it can be slightly chaotic, as my chart, the Scorpio and Uranus, and depending on what planet. So, like, I'm never going to say something is bad or good when we talk about astrology. It just is, and it's how you deal. Some are harder to deal with than others, like Uranus and Scorpio in the fourth house is definitely a challenging placement in the chart, and it teaches you a lot. You can burn things to the ground, be reborn again. You can never feel grounded. You can never feel settled. You could always want to be somewhere else doing something different. Or you can have, like, I think a better kind of placement with Taurus fourth house, which is a little more secure, a little more stable, a little more loving. But also the planets in the fourth house can challenge that or make it a little bit better. Like Venus in the fourth house in Taurus can be quite loving. You could have quite loving mother, a lovely stable background, probably a very dependable and responsible father as well. So look at your chart, or if you need someone to help you decipher what this means in your chart, I'm available. I also want to give you a little bit, some poses, some restorative poses that you can do to help you when you're having a challenging aspect to the fourth house. So, like all of my Leo risings right now, it might not, we don't have anything crazy in Scorpio right now. Actually, we have Lilith in Scorpio, so we might be having some challenging aspects to our fourth house right now. But Pluto's in Aquarius, Venus is in our house, so that is going to definitely make some challenging aspects to the fourth house. Fetal pose, really lovely to do, laying on whatever is your favorite side, putting a pillow under your head, putting a weighted blanket or even a blanket over your hips might be really lovely to have this feeling of coming back to self, coming back to home, because really your body and yourself is your ultimate home. Yes, we love our shelter, the thing that keeps a roof over our head, but our bodies, our self, our spirit, that is our home. And so you can be home wherever you're at, depending on if we're taking care of the self. Another really good, I'll put a picture here, I think, of supine butterfly, Supta Baddha Konasana, reclined butterfly pose. It opens the hips, it opens the chest, it helps you release this, like, maybe junk you have in the sacral space, but also opening the heart space, allowing opportunities for love and support to come in. And then finally, last but not least, and of course, there's definitely more things you can do to help with fourth house things. So let me know in the comments if you want some other recommendations. I love inviting, like making teas. Let me take that back. I love making bath salts, body scrubs, and fixing candles. So when I'm typically dealing with like a challenging fourth house transit, or if I just feel a little chaotic in my fourth house, like my actual physical home with people like I might want to invite in my home or something like that, some really lovely herbs to use are hello girl, are rose, lavender, jasmine, chamomile, rosemary. All of those invite in peace and love Rosemary is definitely there for protection and purification. So let me know if, and you, sometimes I make them in a tea, sometimes I make teas for other people if they're going through challenging fourth house transit. If it is a moon that has a lot to do with fourth house, I might make a tea for a moon circle for that. But definitely fixing a candle with those, definitely putting them into bath water is definitely good, because the fourth house is also ruled by Cancer and the moon. So it's a definite water house, and it's usually a house that, it is a house that deals with other people's shit. So you don't get to choose your family, you don't get to choose where you live from 0 to 18 usually. And so it's one of the houses, like the 8th house, that's in other people, or 12th house where it's hidden. So it's another one of those things that sometimes you don't have as much control over it, so we have to do what we can in it. Yeah, this went way longer than I thought it was going to go. So definitely let me know if you want other recommendations about other houses, but I think I'm going to talk about the angular houses. Yeah.